I would just like to welcome everyone once again to this lovely breakout session. We have Dr. Joanna from TBS in Barcelona joining us. She's going to be taking a session on the art of persuasion in marketing. And let me just tell you a little bit about her. I mean, we're really lucky and fortunate to have Joanna here with us today. So she has over 23 years of experience. And did you know she actually speaks 6 languages? English,
Seven.
French, German, Polish, Russian, and Spanish, right? So a true multilinguist, I would say. So a little more about Joanna. She completed her master's degree in economics from the Warsaw School of Economics. And then she went on to study at UAB, which is Universitat Autònoma de Barcelona, where she completed a master's degree in economic analysis and a PhD in economic analysis. In both cases, her field of study was advertising. Now, at TBS in Barcelona, Dr. Joanna is a professor of social influence, right? And her research interest is, okay, how do people exert social influence? Uh, how do people persuade, consumers to take action, right? And she studies psychological manipulation and the influence of social media that, and all of us can say, yes, social media has a big influence in our life. But how does that actually motivate us to take actions, and actually from a marketing and communication standpoint? That's something that we're going to be hearing from and learning from. So I myself have been looking forward to this session, and I'd like to hand over this to you right now. And as a student of marketing, I'd also like to attend this session and learn from you. So thank you.
Thank you, Amit. Everybody wants to know how to manipulate people, right? I think everybody wants to learn. Okay, so thank you so much for this lovely introduction. Great to see so many people getting connected and interested in marketing and persuasion in particular. Well, let me just tell you that me myself, having been raised by pretty manipulative parents, who made me actually do things I did not want to do, and they made me feel like it was me who decided to do those things. I remember I always tried to figure them out, right? And the tricks and used to influence me. So as a child, I read a lot of detective stories, Sherlock Holmes, Agatha Christie. I watched criminal movies, and I observed people a lot. So like really, really a lot. And I realized that at some point I just became pretty good at reading people. And so I had it clear that I would become a detective or a spy, right? So, well, who knows, maybe I am a spy. But in my official capacity today as a professor, no, just kidding, I'm not a spy. But anyways, so finally, you see, as I grew up, I discovered the fascinating world of business psychology and the psychological manipulation in business, in the world of business. I got to understand the world and to discover the hidden side of everything. So I got to discover in business, I got to discover the tricks that companies use to sell, consumer behavior, the manipulation and persuasion of the media, because they really manipulate us a lot, the public opinion. I got to understand why stores or online companies or coffee chains or Netflix, Amazon, how they empty our purses. And so I just wanted to understand why we need likes in the social media so much. So studying business to me has always been like an adventure of discovery, I would say. So I studied, it took me a while, as Amit said, I studied finance, economics, business strategy, and then marketing, because I wanted to understand what happens, the global picture, right? What happens behind the closed doors of a corporation. And so here I am today here. I'm a professor of social influence and psychological manipulation. And I'm a researcher of, I like to think I'm a researcher of an influence.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry to disturb you, but the audio is not so clear. So I'm just trying to wonder what we can do, because I think students are enjoying the session, but they can't hear you as clearly.
Very well.
We're hearing two voices. Have you logged in from 2 devices by any chance?
No, just one, and I just
okay.
open. I can I can switch off the air conditioning. Maybe it's causing some interference. Give me a second. All right. How about now? Is this better?
I can hear you clearly. Let's ask students, can you hear us clearly? Can you say something?
Yes, so I'm speaking now. Can you hear me well? Great. So can you hear me? Is this okay? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I think it should be fine.
Okay.
Super. All right. Thank you for that. And sorry for interrupting your session. So sorry.
No worries. So many yeses. Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, guys. So just to let you know, so what I do today. So I'm just reading people. That's what I do. I'm reading people. I'm telling if people are lying, or I can tell when they're lying. So I'm like a human lie detector. That's what I learned in the US when I was studying in the US. And then I read the body language and micro expressions. And then I also study how to influence people with your words. So the linguistic influence. So what are the trigger words that make people do things? Or persuasive copywriting. So how to write a post on your blog or anywhere in the social media. Or the science of storytelling, how to tell an effective story, and charismatic rhetoric, and then crowd manipulation, even brainwashing and mind control techniques. So that's what I do. I've always wanted to understand the human behavior and why people do what they do. So I also use it in finance, especially in crypto finance. So in the fintech part. So I just use my manipulation skills and reading people's skills when I read the posts, the tweets of Elon Musk. And then I know when to buy crypto, and I know when the market will go up and will go down. So it's kind of practical. It can make you rich. Right? So influence you can use anywhere. You can use it in negotiations, in job interviews, in movies, in the social media, in advertising, right? So, voila, as the French say. I'm Joanna Pousset. I'm a permanent professor at Toulouse Business School. It's a business school that has a campus also in Barcelona, so that's where I am. And today I have the opportunity to share my professional enthusiasm about persuasion in advertising. In this super short session, so I'm just gonna try to squeeze all the information that I can with for you in this very short session. Okay, so I'm just gonna start sharing my PowerPoint so you can have some visual. Let's see where to have it here. Okay, there you go. So this is my PowerPoint. You should be able to see now a picture of the beautiful Barcelona from where I'm just greeting you this morning because it's a morning here. I want to interact with you guys, so I'm just gonna try to have you, at least for now, write in the chat. How many of you have been to Barcelona? Please say me, yes, or just your name in the chat. Have you ever been to Barcelona? Have you ever heard of Barcelona? Have you ever seen maybe a movie about Barcelona? Anyone? I can see that you were there. I like to interact with students. Anyone? So this is, or maybe you follow the soccer team of Barcelona. So this is exactly where I live, right? Are the programs to coach you these aspects apart from marketing? Oh, you like, great. Yes, actually, the class, what I just told you, like the psychological manipulation for business, I teach as a course into those business schools. So it's an elective course for those who are interested in it. But yes, that's one of the courses. Nice. Okay, so this is Barcelona. Just, you see, I'm trying to manipulate you into liking the city already, right? Okay, but enough about me and where I come from. Those of you who want to get connected or know more about me, here is my LinkedIn profile. So you can just scan the QR code, or you can just find me on LinkedIn. But this is me, and I think that's it. I'm a narcissist, so I like talking about myself. So I think I have to stop. I have to go towards the material and the content. Okay, so the session of today, in the session of today, I will tell you about psychological manipulation in advertising, because I understand that you like marketing, so that's going to be that. So the session will be about how you are manipulated into buying stuff you do not need and into paying more than you should. So this is what I'm going to tell you about today. But since I love interacting with students, and I'm so happy to have so many of you here today, but it's going to be just hard, I think, to have you all connected. So what I will ask you to do, I'm going to stop sharing for a second. I'm going to ask right now, let's say 2 volunteers that I will hop on the session with me with the video that will assist me. I need 2 assistants. Please write your name or say volunteer or me in the chat, so I know who wants to talk and who wants to help me and interact. It will be just helping me. It will be about business riddles. I'll ask you super cool questions. We'll talk together. Who wants to help me? Just type in the chat your name. Come on, anyone, at least one person. I don't bite. Anyone? No. Just one. Yay! I have a volunteer. Great, fantastic. So, Kushagra, Kataria, fantastic, and Nikki Hill. Okay, the first two. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna have you. I'm gonna add you to. I'm gonna give you the video. Wait. Kushagra, give me a second. Just a momento. Good. So, okay. So I invited Kushagra and. There you go. You should, the 2 of you, you should receive, and you tell me that you have to tell me how to pronounce your name. Okay, so the 2 of you, the 2 of you should receive an invitation to hop in. Okay, so Kushagra, and let's see who else was it. Give me a second. Like this, it will be more interactive. Good, Kushagra and Rani. Okay. Wait, where is it? There we go. Okay, so are you there, Kushagra? Did you get my invitation? Can you hop in? Or Amit, can you help with that, please? If you're there, can you hop them in so that they can use a video? It looks like maybe it's not possible. Just still working on it. Oh no, at least I need at least 1 person. It's like working very slow. I know, maybe you can hop in any second. Oh yes, I think I have Nikhil. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm fantastic, so nice to meet you. How do you pronounce your name? Nikhil?
Nikhil.
Okay, fantastic, yeah. Amazing. Okay, and okay, so Kushagra is trying. I'm so sorry that is not working. Okay, so let's see if it works. We're gonna have Kushagra with us as well. If not, we're just working with let's say Nikhil in the meantime. Great. Okay, so let's start. So this session is going to be like we're gonna play detectives a little bit. Okay, so we're going to play detective. And wait a second, because I think if not, I can get just another volunteer. Muhammad Ashan, let's see, anyone, like this. There we go. Okay, guys. So I just invited someone else randomly of the volunteers. Okay, so we're gonna play detectives. I hope you don't mind. So what I'm going to do with you is that let's see, there we go. I'm gonna give you some business riddles. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you some questions, and then let's see if you figure out the right answer. It's really simple. You will see. Okay, so Nikhil, there you go. The first one. Look, there was a producer of cereals for kids. You know, like the food for breakfast. And they were wondering which packaging to choose, the one on the left-hand side or the one on the right-hand side. Which one would you choose if you were the marketing director of the company?
They look identical.
Do you see the difference? First, spot the difference. Where's the difference?
Okay, the difference is...
You can guys type in the chat. You can type in the chat.
That is the challenge, I think so.
Yeah, it's challenging. Yeah, you see the eyes?
Yeah, no, I have not seen the ad, but it is somewhat challenging because I feel it's an identical one.
Right. Because you see, like, what's the difference? It's like a rabbit, right? And
Right.
the difference is that the one on the left is looking like as if it was looking like the cereal, right?
Yes, yes.
And the one on the right-hand side is looking at you.
Right.
What
So
do you see better?
I would like to go for the right one. That is looking at me.
The right one that is looking at you.
Right.
Okay, great, exactly. So that's exactly. Everyone is saying the eyes, fantastic. Oh, and we have someone else joining with us. Robbie, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, you can call me
Okay.
Robbie.
Okay, Robbie, so which packaging would you choose?
To just look at it, it looks exactly the same. It's like that game where you have spot the difference.
Right, but look at
but
the eyes.
For the eye, I would probably go to the right side.
Right. So you kind of are right. And it's actually what they were thinking, because they asked psychologists and they said, yes, the rabbit needs to be looking at the buyer. And then what they did is they actually chose the one on the left-hand side. And you would say, why did they do it? So what happened is the following, is that who buys cereals? I mean, it's mothers that pay for cereals, or I don't know, fathers, the parents, right, who take kids to the store. But it's actually kids who choose the cereal, right?
Right.
So the kids, normally imagine that this is like at the level, I don't know, on the shelves of a supermarket. It's on the level of your, say, head. So the rabbit needs to be looking down to the level of the eyes of the child. If the child is walking, the child is smaller than the mother and the father, right? So actually the most important thing here is for you to remember that children, especially just before 5 years old, they start being social creatures and they want to have a friend. So before they can play alone, like when they're 3 years old or 4, they can play alone. But when they are 5, they're like, I need a friend. I need a friend. And if they don't have friends yet, they need fictitious friends, like from cartoon characters, you know. So they need a rabbit, they need a Mickey Mouse, or you see, so they need a friend. And if the rabbit is looking at them, they feel like they're having a friend. And it sells, right? So that's one of the tricks that marketers use. Okay, so that was rule number 1. The next one. I don't know if you've noticed, when you buy a plane ticket, you know, like you're booking a flight, if you use Safari, or if you use Mozilla Firefox or any other browser for that matter, you will pay a different price. You will actually pay much more for the very same flight, for the very same company, airline company, if you book it through Safari. Why?
It's because it's from 2 different countries, or where more of the people interact on or use which platform. So if people are on Safari, they are not usually from India, or people do not know more about Safari in India than UK or US. And in Mozilla, for a Firefox, it is that people mostly in India, South Africa, they know more about it. So depending on where and which class of people they're targeting, I think so the rates are higher.
Right. So, Nikhil, you're very close. You're like the really good detective. Let's see. But let's figure it out, because it's true that it depends who is behind Safari and who is behind Mozilla, right? So actually, Safari is on Mac computers, right? So Safari comes as the browser, the default browser on a Mac computer, whereas Mozilla Firefox does not come with any computer. You have to download it, right? So Mac users, those who actually use Safari, they are supposed to be a little richer because Mac computers are kind of expensive, right? They're more expensive than a regular PC.
A niche market.
Exactly. But this is rich people. This is loaded people. You have a Mac, you have money, right? So if you have money, pay a lot for the flight, right? Because you can. However, if you downloaded Mozilla Firefox, then it means that maybe you have a PC, and just the fact that you downloaded a new browser, it means that, you really care about using not just any browser that comes with the computer, but the very one you like, which in this case could be Mozilla Firefox. So you're very picky, right? So it's kind of like we have to satisfy you, so we can maybe try to satisfy you with a lower price, right?
Right.
The trick, like they are figuring out whether you have money or not just by the browser use. So if you want to buy anything, please don't use this software, even if you have a Mac, because you're gonna pay more for the very same thing. Okay, so that was about the ticket. Okay, so we're gonna go now towards the marketing manipulation techniques, because there are so many. So I'm gonna start with the first ones that are about emotions. So how companies use actually emotions to manipulate us. So there are many emotions in the world, like you can like see the huge list. But what they discovered is that if I make you feel something strong, like if I can wake up a very strong emotion in you, you will remember this moment forever. So I don't know if you've seen the movie Inside Out. It was a cartoon by Disney, and they basically talk about the basic emotions. And here you have the 6 basic emotions, like happy, afraid, surprised, sad, angry, or disgusted. If I make you feel one of those, you will not forget me. Okay, and the stronger the emotion, the more you will remember. So this is what advertising is all about, right?
Right.
So I want to make you feel happy, or I want to make you feel afraid or surprised, right? So that's the point. So now let's think of movies, right? Hollywood movies, Bollywood movies, I don't know, Netflix movies. You watch movies, and I want you to remember the movie. I want you to like it. I want it to stay in your mind. What do I do? How do you think movie makers use it when they produce like very strong emotionally moments, right? So I want to produce a sad, heartbreaking, moving, emotional commercial or a movie. What do you think I have to do as a movie producer? Like, how do I play with the camera? How do I play with anything? What do you think I should do?
It's that they need to make a connect. So what would I say is showing the exact emotions.
Okay, and so for example, what is it in this case here? Like sad. How do you show sad on somebody's face?
Right.
How do you? Yes.
You're showing him his hurt on the face, and he's having a bit of tears and a bit of anger as well. So you try to make the audience feel that it is exactly like what you would go through, or the audience feels that, oh, this happens with me as well. So the audience starts feeling that experiencing that, and draws the emotion from the past experiences, or the desire, and then feels the same thing.
Right. So there is this mirroring effect. It's like a mirror, right? If you see a sad person, you feel sad. If you see a small child cry or, like very sad, you will feel a little sad, because we mirror emotions of others, right? So actually commercials use it. Like, for example, if I want to sell something to young women, let's say 20-year-old women, I will not show grandpas in the commercial, because then the women will not think that the commercial is for them, right? So if I see a grandpa, I know it's for grandpas, right? So it's kind of like that's what we do. But in a movie, it doesn't have to be necessarily the kind of profile of a customer that I am. But in a commercial, I can just feel sad for some reason. So as you said, thank you so much, Ravi. It's that it has to be expressed in the face, this emotion, right? So like sad look, right, in the eyes, and the sad feeling, right? You can kind of see it in the face. Now, what's kind of interesting as well is, I don't know if you've noticed, but when you want people to concentrate on the face, on the facial expression, you have to cut the frame just like in the middle of the forehead. You see that we don't see the full forehead of the
face.
It's cut. We don't see the top of his head, right? So this is what we do. Why do we cut the top of his head? So that you look in the eyes. So when you watch movies, look what the camera is doing. The camera is zooming onto the eyes or onto the face, cutting the top of the head so that you concentrate on the eyes, because eyes are like the mirror of the soul, right? So this is how it works. Oh, you're guys saying that we can hear echo again. Oh my God, so sorry. I don't know. I didn't touch anything. Is this better now? Our amazing audience in the chat, I'm following you. Are you still hearing echo, or is it a little better? Crossing fingers, crossing fingers. I hope it's better. Okay. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing just for a second. Let's see maybe if it helps just for a second. Now, I don't know, no one's answering. I hope people are still there. Normally I interact with more people. Okay, I hope it's better. Okay, guys, so now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna show you how brands actually make you feel emotions. Okay, how brands make you feel emotions. So let me go back to sharing my screen. Just a sec. Window, this one, there we go. Okay, so you know Nike, right? Like a sportswear brand, right? Nike. Now, when you look at those pictures, what do you think of the brand? I mean, any adjective or anything. So if you can, or you can type in the chat, those of you who are with us, what do you feel?
Like
what kind of emotion?
winning, or sports, or basically sports and winning.
Totally. Exactly. Yeah, you feel like winning, so power, victory, right? Something like this, like feeling good, determination, right? Like, yes, I did it, right? You can do this. You feel empowered. And this is what the brand. So if you look at the Nike commercials, they even say, like, just do it. What are they trying to do? Empower you, right? So Nike is all about empowering people, right? And you can see it in the pictures. Now, I don't know if you've heard of the pedigree. This is food for dogs. What do you see in those pictures? What kind of feelings?
That people care.
Care.
Happy dogs, if you feel pedigree.
Totally, right? So you see happy dogs, like care, happy, love, adorable, connected, right?
Yes.
You don't have to write it. I don't have to put it in my words, with the text. You see it in the pictures, right? What about Starbucks? The coffee, Starbucks, right? It's kind of brown, green, right? So what do you think they're all about when they show you earth, and some soil and...
Yeah, I mean, they're very costly, so I don't buy them, but still, they are good once in a while.
Right, but when you look at just the pictures, right? Then you think about what? Nature, right? Because you see a tree, or at least like soil and tree. So you think of nature. So what they're trying to show here is like they're connected to nature. Then they're showing that they're inclusive. They're for all races, right? And then, so they're green, eco-friendly, right? Natural, yeah, we have in the chat togetherness, exactly, right? So we're kind of, you see, I'm not saying manipulating you, but they're trying to influence you to think something of them, right?
Right.
And the last one in this category, Oreo cookies. Have you heard of Oreo cookies? Like,
Yes.
really sweet, really bad for health. Don't eat them. But just looking at the pictures, what do you feel?
I have it right here.
Oh, no way! Robbie, did they pay you to insert the commercial?
Yeah.
Great. But you see, I mean, if you look at this, and thank you, by the way, those who are typing in the chat, natural, eco-friendly. I have a little lag, I think it was for the coffee. But right, so it's kind of, here, it's about fun. It's sense of humor, right? Because it's kind of a funny Photoshop picture. Like, how can you mix this with this, right? So you smile, right? So that's what basically they do. Okay, let's move on. This is another pedigree food, but this is light dog food. So it's kind of like not very fat. So you can go and be a slim dog, When you look at the commercial, what did they use?
It's sarcasm.
Right. So it's like, here you see totally sense of humor, right? I mean, it can maybe offend some people, but here it's like sense of humor. You're saying like, haha, it's like, and who do you think it would work on? Old people, young people? Who do you think
Mm,
smiles more?
everyone. I mean, pedigree is most famous and really good pet food. So dogs like it. I feed my dog pedigree. And I mean, they're really a good product overall, quality
Totally.
wise. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a quality
So
product.
that's
When you look at this
yeah,
picture, you kind of you smile, right?
Right.
yeah. I mean,
So
it's for all the ages.
totally.
Everyone with a dog.
Everyone likes to smile, right?
Right.
Now, psychologists discovered that because you can go far, really far with this, psychologists discovered that sense of humor is more appreciated by younger generations rather than older generations. Older generations prefer things to be more serious, okay? So this is for millennials, this is for Gen Z, this is for young people, you guys, for young. So you smile, you even want to share it on Facebook, right? This is what they're trying to get. So if you ever speak to young people, you use sense of humor. This works. Okay, like young people like to laugh, and they just basically don't mind if it's a little offensive sometimes, but they just like to
Yeah.
use sense of humor so much. So for example, they used it in Chicago because a lot of people would go to the metro without the ticket, right? They would enter without the ticket, just like hopping above the barrier, and so they put this sign, not saying like if you don't pay for a ticket, you will pay a fine of $100. No, because people did not react to this. They thought, oh my God, it's like my dad, just trying to tell me what to do. Like screw you, I'm not doing this. No, 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 this did not work. What worked is this sign. This station uses security cameras. Don't worry, you look great. You see? Sense of humor, right? So this
Yeah.
worked on people. And they stopped. I think they by 46%. They started buying tickets because they were like, those guys are cool. I really like them. So now I'm gonna buy ticket. I respect them. Right? So you see this work on young people. Or this one, for example, this was a sign to go to the bathroom, like, men to the left because women are always right. When you think young people would smile, it's like, ha ha. And old people would say like, oh my God, this is offensive. Maybe, right? But I'm just saying, when you use sense of humor, you have to watch out because young people will love that and older people may like it or not. Okay? Exactly, with sarcasm. Yes. Thank you for those comments in the chat, guys. I would love so much to hear from all of you, but well. And another example you have here of guerrilla marketing. So basically, this is when we use marketing on the street in an unexpected way. What do you think they use? When you look at it, what was your first feeling? How did you feel when you looked at it?
Amazing.
Mm,
Amazing. You were surprised, right? It was like, wow, what is this? Wow, that's interesting. First, like you're intrigued, right? You're like,
Out of
wait,
the
what? Like what? You're like, what? Wait, what? You're trying to figure it out, right? So what they're using is what we call intrigue, like mystery, like what is this? And your brain is like thinking, right? And this works because we love riddles. So when you see a commercial and you don't see the brand, you're thinking like, wait, what is this? What are they trying to say? And you're gonna be thinking, and the more you're thinking, the stronger it stays. Exactly, creative, like Toshbi said in the impressive, right? So totally, you're thinking like, what is this? So, and then you're trying to figure out what happened in this story. And since you had to solve a riddle, you had to play a little detective in your mind, you will remember this, right? So you see, this is what they kind of use. It's amazing, I believe. Well, and there are a few more, but I'm just gonna skip them. So if you want to see more of this, you just get connected on LinkedIn. I'm gonna just show you, but from other than emotions. So there's some that use, shock or things like this, or this is shock, like hips deserve to die, or tattoos deserve to die. And they're like, what is this? And this is just to make people aware of cancer, lung cancer association. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip them, skip those to show you something else. Wait a second. Okay, so just if you want persuasive words, can you guess what are persuasive words in advertising? When you see a commercial, that works and people want to buy, what would be the words? What would you say?
Like this is the best, or this is the best in the world, or you have never
Fantastic.
had something like this.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best, right? Or buy it now, or we will, finish the promotion like in 2 minutes or something, right? Or now or
Yeah.
never, or it's the last unit. Yeah, I mean, we all know the tricks, right? So
Yeah.
they
If you
discovered that.
buy now, you get 50% off.
Oh, totally, totally, totally. Discount and all this, like saying this stuff, fantastic. So, if you use words like simply, simple, easy, honest, or clear, people are like thinking, "Oh my God, yeah, I want to click on it," because imagine I tell you, download the app. It's simple, so it's like with one click only. So you just say, "Okay, it's just one click, I can do it." But if they don't say simple, you may worry that there's too much to do, right? Or, for
Right.
example, is the most persuasive words that advertisers use. You, money, save, results, easy, love, discovery. When you see those words, you kind of wanna, like click on it because it makes you feel something strong, and it makes you right because you can worry about money, or you may be excited about earning money, or right. And this is the most persuasive words in marketing, right? But well, when you study marketing, you will learn all about this, right? Now, the other part, music. The music part is actually super interesting because, well, I studied music and I was helping Paramount Pictures in the US choose the right music for movies and for commercials and for trailers. So this is really fascinating to me. Which musical instrument, make you feel with emotions, right? So, for example, if you enter a store for, like pregnant women, they want to buy clothes for their future babies, what music would you play?
Instrumental piano music
Piano, okay.
or a
Rabbit,
violin.
any idea? What would you play?
Some, I don't know, maybe some kids music or something like that for babies, or maybe
Yeah,
some, or
it
maybe
makes
totally drastically very hip music to energize the person.
right. So I actually, it's funny that you said that because it's exactly the next question I wanted to ask. But the music, as you said, like for kids or something, what they discovered, you were saying soothing, calm, happy in the chat, right? Baby songs or lullabies, right? They did it, but there is something that works even better. You know what it is? The songs from this woman's childhood. So if you go back 20 years, what was it? I don't know, Michael Jackson, Madonna, I don't know. So if you play Michael Jackson, she's going to say like, oh, my childhood. And she's going to connect to her childhood. And she will want to have a great childhood for her child. And she will buy that child a lot of clothes, right? That's amazing how it works. Or when you enter stores, and sometimes you feel like, especially tech stores, like with technical equipment or I don't know, some whatever. And you hear the kind of music, oompa, 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 very, like loud, upbeat music. You know what it does? It makes your heartbeat go up, right? It's like, because you know that our hearts get adjusted, the beat gets adjusted to the beat of the music. So if you are dancing somewhere, what happens is that, at the disco, the DJs, when they see that people are tired, they put slower songs. And when they see that people are, like sitting down, they play faster songs, right? So why do they play fast songs in the store? Like why the oompa, 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 oompa? Why?
Get them excited fast, and then they can manipulate the behavior of the person, and then they can purchase more from the stores.
Exactly. So basically, as you said, it kind of encourages compulsive shopping. You don't think. You're so tired of the music, you don't even realize. By the way, don't take your grandma, to a store where it's like oompa, 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 because she's gonna have a heart attack for her. But you get so tired, you don't realize it, but you get tired, your brain doesn't think, and you're gonna buy something you don't need because you're not thinking right straight, right? So this is the kind of thing I find amazing. I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm just gonna play. I think we should be finishing soon. You see, I'm so excited about this. I could go on about this for ages. I'm just gonna play you one commercial just so you can see. Just a second. Let me see. Okay, this one. I'm gonna start sharing again. Look at this commercial. Oh no, I'm gonna go to Kamsa video. Just a second. And it's this one. Okay. Let's share.
Dolce & Gabbana, the one essence, the new fragrance for women.
Okay, so why do you think this music? Why do you think opera music? Who's the target? Who's the customer? The target customer?
Women.
Luxury, very rich luxury.
Rich luxury, right? Because we kind of think that who listens to opera? Rich people, right? Loaded people, they go to the opera. So this is like when you hear opera and when you're rich, like, oh, that's for me, right? So when you want people to feel sad, what instrument would you play? Sad. What's sad music? What instrument is sad?
Violin.
Exactly, violin or piano, right? And then when you want, for example, people to do something, actions of the march and stuff like that, right? So you see, I mean, if you go on like this, there's so much in it, and you can study also scent, like how they use your senses, like the smell. You know, for example, you enter a store and it smells like coconut, and then you feel like buying swimwear to go to the beach. Or cinnamon, and you want to buy for Christmas already, right? That's what they do in the US. Already from October on, it smells like cinnamon because cinnamon makes people think of
That's what Starbucks does. And
right.
like they have a thing of coffee, and the buses also they had done once. It made people buy more of coffee.
Exactly. So just guys, just to wrap up, just one very last thing, because I know I'm just like pushing it. They're gonna kill me here, but I manipulate my way in. So when you look at colors, the last thing, colors. When you see that the color is black or very dark, who is the target? Rich people or poor people? When it's like dark colors, rich people, right? So when you want your commercial to look like luxury goods are black, like black, dark, very dark, it's luxury. And then, for example, blue color means trust. So Facebook uses blue because trust me with your pictures, with your personal information. Or most financial institutions use blue, like PayPal, the payment system. They use blue because trust me with your money, right? So there is this psychology of color that I find fascinating, and that you could, study if you study marketing. And so this is it for my presentation. And let me just stop sharing. It was a pleasure working with you guys. Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you, Rabbi. And thank you, all the chatters. It was really fun chatting with you and talking to you. So yes, you passed the exam. Now you're detectives of the corporate manipulation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And so those of you who want to continue the conversation and learn how we teach classes at Toulouse Business School and what it looks like actually in the real classroom, I'll be in the booth of Toulouse Business School right now. So I'm just hopping on the TBS in Barcelona booth. So if you want to continue talking to me for just a few more minutes, I'll be there. It was a pleasure, guys. You're an amazing crowd of people. And yeah, I wish you all the best. I hope I manipulated you well enough.
It was a pleasure here as well.
Same.
It was a pleasure. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.